If you show up to Wimbledon wearing anything other than white, you will not just get funny looks, you will get disqualified. It is the strictest dress code in all of professional sports, and it has been that way for over 130 years. But why? What is the real reason Wimbledon forces every single player to dress head to toe in white? The rule goes all the way back to the 1880s when tennis was a sport for the upper class in England. Back then, visible sweat was considered extremely inappropriate and embarrassing, especially for women. White clothing was chosen because it does not show sweat stains as clearly as colored fabrics. The rule was not about style or tradition. It was about hiding the evidence of physical exertion. Think about the Victorian era for a second. Women played tennis in full-length dresses, corsets, and hats. Men wore long trousers and button-up shirts. The idea of someone seeing sweat patches on your clothing was genuinely scandalous. White fabric was the perfect solution. It reflected the sun, kept you cooler, and most importantly, it concealed the fact that you were actually working hard on the court. Over the decades, tennis fashion evolved dramatically. Hemlines got shorter, fabrics got lighter, and every other Grand Slam embraced color. The Australian Open, the French Open, the US Open, they all let players wear whatever they want. Neon green, bright pink, wild patterns. Anything goes. But Wimbledon never changed. Not 1 inch. And the rule is not just wear mostly white. It is shockingly specific. White must dominate the entire outfit. Any color trim can only be 1 centimeter wide. Undergarments must be white. Even sports bras and compression shorts must be white. And players have been penalized for visible colored underwear. Headbands, wristbands, socks, and shoe soles must all be white. There is zero room for personal expression. The enforcement is absolutely ruthless. In 2014, Roger Federer, one of the greatest players of all time and a Wimbledon favorite, was told to change his shoes because the orange soles violated the dress code. Orange soles. He had to run back to the locker room and switch to completely white shoes before he could continue playing. If Roger Federer is not exempt, nobody is. In 2015, Eugenie Bouchard was forced to change her black sports bra during a match because it was visible under her white top. She literally had to go to the locker room mid-match and change her undergarments to comply with the all-white rule. The incident sparked massive controversy and reignited the debate about whether the rule was outdated and unnecessarily intrusive. Every year, the debate flares up again. Critics say the rule is outdated, sexist, and completely unnecessary in modern tennis. They argue that the players should be able to express themselves through their clothing, just like they do at every other tournament on the calendar. Why should Wimbledon be stuck in the Victorian era while the rest of the tennis world has moved on? But the defenders of the rule say that is exactly the point. Wimbledon is not trying to be like every other tournament. The white dress code is what separates it from everything else. It creates a visual identity that is instantly recognizable. When you turn on the television and see players in pristine white on perfectly maintained green grass, you know immediately that you are watching Wimbledon. No other tournament has that. Here is also a psychological effect. The all-white dress code creates a sense of equality and tradition on the court. Every player, whether they are the world number one or a qualifier, playing their first match, looks the same. It strips away the flashy individual branding and reduces the game to its purest form. Two opponents, one ball, all in white. Will Wimbledon ever change? Probably not anytime soon. The tournament has made tiny concessions, like allowing very slight cream tones and adjusting the undergarments rules slightly after the Bouchard incident. But the core rule remains absolutely firm. White means white, and as long as Wimbledon continues to be the most prestigious event in tennis, they have the power to enforce it. So now I want to know what you think. Should Wimbledon keep the all-white dress code, or is it time to let players wear whatever they want? Tell me in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, hit subscribe and like so you never miss another crazy tennis story. And here's my question for you. If you could play at Wimbledon, what color would you secretly want to wear? I read every single comment,